Hello and welcome to another episode of Legion by the Numbers. I'm Joe Eames, and in this episode we're going to continue our series on the Mandalorian Super Commandos, looking at their offensive capabilities. But now we're going to be looking at the Super Commando Gunslinger, another one of the heavies that's available. Really another great heavy that's available. Love these heavies that are available. We're going to be looking at, we just looked at Rook Cast in the last video. Rick is and the Gunslinger are very similar to each other, so we're going to probably do some comparison there and just see what the options there are and what kind of damage output that Gunslinger could do. Just a quick note, if you like these videos, be sure to hit like and subscribe. It's nice to get notified when new videos come out. Tend to come out with a few a week. So let's go ahead and look at outfitting our Super Commando Gunslinger. They're a range 2 only weapon. So whereas the range 3 on these guys is a white and a black, and the range 2 is 2 black, his range 2 is going to be 2 black, 2 white. So that means that range 2, you're adding 1 more black, 1 white over range 3. And with the other units, you're switching over to a second black. But his big thing is his lethal 1. And I can't stress this enough. With that independent aim 1, that's really great because you always have that aim available to you. So having Pierce 1 is likely going to be there a lot. And you're throwing so many dice that it's really a great, you're almost for sure doing hits, and Pierce is just so nice, but only at range 2. So with that, let's look at how to outfit these guys. Now, I left them with emergency. You're probably giving, if you're going to go with this Super Commando Gunslinger, you're probably not points tight. So you're probably going to give these guys a lot of, basically fully kit them out. And that means the combat shields, the jetpack rockets, we'll look at those in another episode. Training-wise, I still think, again, you take this up close and personal. Because it gives you a dodge token when you make an attack at range 2. You want to get into range 2 with this Gunslinger because they have a range 2 weapon that's awesome. So for that reason, I think up close and personal is, again, what you take. I still think there's a good argument here for doing something like impact grenades or frag grenades with these guys because of the fact that you want to get into range 2. So now range 1 is so close, you might end up being in range 1 anyway. So I think there's a really good argument for taking something like this. So we're going to outfit these guys with the frag grenades, taking us all the way up to 137 points. Now, if we're not going to look at their range 3 attack profile because we did that with Rook, and this guy, the Gunslinger and Rook are the same thing. At range 3, they're just using the plain black and white. So if you want to look at their range 3 profile, go check out the video on Rook Cast instead. But we're going to look at these guys at just range 2. So again, at range 2, the 3 basic units have 2 black, but the Gunslinger has 2 black and 2 white. So that means that we have 8 black and 2 white. We don't have any surge, but we do have Pierce 1 because of the lethal. Now, the simulator doesn't handle the fact of doing like lethal 1, and is it better to actually re-roll versus take the Pierce? It's almost always better to take Pierce unless you blanked out. So we're going to stick with that, but we're not going to have the aim token where we did have them before with Rook because you spent the aim token to get the Pierce instead of spending it to reroll. We're going to go against red, no surge, heavy cover, and see what kind of damage we do. All right, so we're looking at 2 points of damage with an efficiency of 66. Pretty good efficiency on those guys with that. Pretty good efficiency, good damage against red and heavy cover. But what's it like if you're using Rook instead of this Gunslinger? Yeah, Pierce usually is just like a huge deal. But Rook is a great unit. So with Rook, we would lose the 2 black. We would gain 2 red. I think it was something like 140 points. Maybe with the frag grenades, it'd be 142. So we can kind of look at that. Rook doesn't give you the Pierce, but does give you the extra aim. So Rook versus the Gunslinger, I mean, this to me is a little strange to see this, that the Gunslinger's lethal is not as effective as just using Rook. And I didn't even give Rook that same aim token. So maybe, you would think, well, without the second aim token, Rook wouldn't be as efficient, but Rook is efficient with just a single aim token. And now if you actually have Maul next to you, now you're all the way up to 2.6. The efficiency is all the way down or up, all the way to 53, a lot more efficient. So points-wise, the efficiency was really close, but Rook was a little bit better until you have the retinue of Maul, and now Rook is a lot better. So kind of interesting here. With the Gunslinger over Rook, the Gunslinger only has 1 hit point. Rook has 2 hit points. Rook also becomes your leader. I don't know why I care one way or the other about that. Has the retinue Maul. I'm a little surprised here, but I don't think that the Super Commando Gunslinger is that great. From what we're seeing here, I think Rook is better. If there's something that I may be missing, let me know. Let me know in the comments why you could see a reason to take the Super Commando Gunslinger over Rook, because even if Rook isn't next to Darth Maul, you're still doing better points, and you have the extra hit point in the unit, making them even more survivable. So it looks like, based on what we're seeing here, the Super Commando Gunslinger is probably mispriced, probably just a little bit too expensive. So hope you like this video. Be sure to hit like and subscribe. Check out our other videos. We got more to come on the Mandalorian Super Commandos. Hope you like this and have a nice day.